on the copier, it just tells you where to line it up. And you want to move the area with the text a little bit back so that it's not directly touching the air, just so that you know that all the text is being copied. And so I just did that for this and shrunk everything down. I shrunk it down just a couple percentage points. I just printed it at 96% instead of 100, and just basically re-put it together and copied it, and it came out fine. I mean, stuff like that, sort of creative problem solving, was really what I learned from working at Kinko's, because I mean, really, like, no one in there knows what they're doing at first. And I know from working there, like, the first time if there's a paper jam or whatever, if you're going to fix it, like 90% of the time, the employee that's going to fix that paper jam has never done it before. And it's just like, all right, let's see what I can do, open it up. And so learning that way, I mean, it's not hard to figure out. Just getting in there and using it. And like I'm sure everyone's done if you make copies. Always the first one or two come out really bad, and you kind of figure it out, especially with figuring out how light or dark you want the image. But yeah, so really it's just about making sure that that you're not, that these margins, that you're lining it up so that you do have space between the text and then like the end of the copier, because it does always cut off a little bit. And then as far as everything else goes, I mean, they have supplies there and a lot of other copy shops like staplers and glue sticks. I mean, you could conceivably put the whole thing together there. I know I used to do a lot of, and I still do a fair amount of flyers, like just making flyers. I play music around here. And it's always like, I'll just go in there with a ton of stuff, and an hour later or whatever, I'll come out with a flyer that is all kind of messed up and weird. But yeah, so it's just about making sure that everything gets on the sheet, and that just double checking everything, because it's really easy to make copies and then get home and be like, oh, like half of these words are cut off, or even just a few letters, and it doesn't make any sense. So that's pretty much that.
And once they do a mock-up, then the most time-consuming thing is coming up with your master copy. I was thinking, like, well, there's a copy of a copy of a copy. But it really is that once you have a mock-up,